Hey, everybody, it's Mike from Here the Watchmen. And you know what? Today we have a very exciting show for you. We have our Washington insider, Mr. Larry Nichols, joining us again with some breaking information that you need to hear. Larry, thank you for joining the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Larry, talk to us. We talked last night. And folks, this is an audio only interview, so don't worry. There's nothing wrong with your computer. Larry and I are just doing audio today. But Larry, we talked last night. You shared some really, truly incredible details with me. Talk to us about that.
Well, Mike, it's what is going on right now. Now, folks, Mike, as we've been saying for some time, that there is an active coup inside our government, more specifically inside the FBI and justice. And it is starting to reveal itself big time. Now, what's going on is that they're trying to find out who are the main players. For example, we know Comey is. We don't know the rest in the FBI and McCabe, of course. So the whole point of what is going on, they are trying to find who all are involved in the coup. And guys are released to do it. But one of the main things is Comey and Mueller. This whole thing of Comey saying in his 2 congressional oversight committee hearings, the whole thing of him saying, well, he gave that document to his friend and then with the hopes that would cause a special counsel. Now, Mike, turning that document over to a friend of his to leak to the media, possible outcomes you could expect of the appointing a special counsel. But yet that's what happened. And then not only is it what happens, but it ends up in the Rosenstein took the face of Sessions, and it's all one big circle. It's a circle of setting up people. Now Rosenstein's got a problem. Like, we've got to get Rosenstein out. President Trump cannot, although he can fire Mueller, he can fire him, but it would be devastating politically. Devastating. But President Trump can fire Rosenstein and fire him for just cause. Rosenstein has been holding on, turning over the instruments, the documents that the congressional subcommittees have been asking for. In case you don't know why that's going on, let me give you a little tip. The reason they are dragging their feet on all of those documents is to let the statute of limitations run out on Hillary, the Clinton Foundation, and Obama. So as long as they can keep not turning them in, every day passes by, we're closer to the statute of limitation on some crimes that the Clintons and Obama and all of them were part and party to start running out. So we decided to go to Trump. And Trump has got to fire Rosen. We cannot believe that the House and the Senate will impeach him. They just won't. There are 18, as I recall, 18 congressmen that have signed written this. And goes before the full floor, there's no way they'll get rid of him. So it's got to be done by President Trump. He has the authority, and he's got the just cause. You know, like no matter what Trump does, the media's going to hammer him. They're going to hammer him. So all we can say is that if he's going to get hammered, he needs to get hammered over something the American people can fully understand. And that is, Rosenstein has a constitutional obligation, folks. It's not a choice. He has a constitutional mission or obligation to turn any and everything over that the oversight committees ask. The reason that is, in case y'all don't know, if they don't have oversight, you're looking at a situation where you could have an agency or a department, certainly as big as Justice and the FBI, they could go rogue. Well, now we see they have gone rogue. They have absolutely broken laws. They are using the law to go after people. They've broken the client attorney privilege. Folks, that Justice Department, FBI, is absolutely corrupt. And I'm not saying the agents that are down the road, you know, in the field. I'm not. But I am telling you that the leadership of Justice and the FBI are crooked. And they had a plot. And that plot was to get rid. Well, they used to get him. Once Hillary got in, they roamed safe ground. It was going to be great. Trump ends up winning. And guess what? Put a cog in the wheel. So I had said, Mike, I think you know, I had said right after Trump won that they have to impeach him. They've got to get rid of him. You know, most parties that the opposite party has the presidency, most of the time what the opposite party does is they simply stonewall that president's agenda. But you notice they're not doing that with Trump. They're not trying to just stonewall his agenda. They're literally, since day one, speaking of impeaching him. So, we've got a job now. We have got to get people to text President Trump.
Well, Larry, we're going to get to that and how people can help out. But, you know, what is really driving this attack? Is it George Soros? Is it the deep state? What do you feel is what do you feel is behind all of this?
Well, I tell you what, I'm sorry, man. I got, you know what, I just got home from. I'm having a little trouble getting my feet on the ground with it. But I know what's causing all of this. There is and was and is a plan to restructure our government. There are people that have for years, Mike, been brainwashing our children through school. They have been doing everything they can to turn us into a socialist nation. Now, it was a fait accompli had Hillary have been elected president this time. They had everything in place. We've got a population where almost half of our population, the voting age, almost half. I'm perfectly content if somebody woke up tomorrow and said, we're now a socialist country. But in comes Trump. He's outside the loop. He's not a part of this taking over and transforming our form of government. And because of that, he's got to go. And they've got to get him out fast. Because every day that Trump, which is why we elected him, every day that Trump uses his business acumen and helps this nation further make itself great. Every day that happens, they get in trouble. So they've got to push it, and they've got to push it hard, Mike. They've got to make it happen now. So that's pretty much what it's about. It's what it's been about for a long time. Soros,
you know,
his
Larry,
crowd.
I mean, I guess, Larry, what as a nation can we do? What as individuals can we do? I know that you have a website. I believe it's LarryNicholsLive.com.
No, it's Nichols Live. I think it's just NicholsLive.com, but I may be wrong.
Well, people can get involved. People can help out. How do we change how do we help President Trump?
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I want people to understand Trump cannot withstand all of this against him by himself. He can't. And you know, Mike, the right or left-wing radicals out there, they're noisy. They're loud. They're in your face. The social elite. But the moral, Christian, conservative American, we have sat silent for way too long. Now we don't have a choice. Now we have to engage. Number one, things that can be done. Number one, go to programs like this. Go on the internet. Find the real news that's out there. Don't deal with the propaganda from the mainstream media. And then take an active role, Mike, in supporting President Trump. One of the things that Trump's got to do before he can fire Rosenstein, he has to know that if he does that, 4 calls, meaning they broke the law, he has to know that his base is going to stay with him. Because everybody's all concerned that if he were to fire Rosenstein, that his base would go, oh yeah, well, now we know he's guilty now. It has nothing to do with him being guilty. It has to do with the FBI sitting on top, orchestrating a coup to take over our country and to get rid of the president. So I need you to tweet, text, email President Trump. I'm going to kill y'all to do this. Text him, email him, call the Capitol, the White House phone, and leave a message. But the point is, we need to tell President Trump that we support him and that we respectfully request that he fire Rosenstein. If he doesn't fire Rosenstein, then, Mike, there is no equal justice under the law. If they don't fire Rosenstein, then there is proof right there that there are 2 sets of people in America. Us and then this elitist group that are untouchable.
Wow.
That's where we are.
You know, Larry, I totally support what you're saying, and you're right. You know, folks, you need to jump on board here. You need to help Larry out. Just Google Larry Nichols, and you'll find all the information that you need on him, so that we can make something happen here in this country and turn the corner. Now, Larry, I mean, how bad do you really think it is right now? What's your real, honest opinion? Are we in the end game right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm not some conspiracy that I hope that they're doing, because I worked with them for years. That, Mike, exactly what Mueller is doing to Trump. Now watch this, folks. Exactly what Mueller is doing to Trump is using my tactic, strategy, and how I got Bill Clinton impeached. Jones's lawsuit. We used her lawsuit to force Clinton into deposition. And of course, when we got him there, it was just a matter of catching him lying. Perjury. What's terrible about this is when I went after Clinton, we were told by everybody that you cannot take a sitting president over something that happened before his presidency and force him to testify in a deposition. You can't do it. We went all the way to the Supreme Court. And we got it to where he did have to testify. Now, Kenneth Starr, once Clinton agreed to the deposition, Kenneth Starr withdrew the subpoena to force him to testify. But it worked. Now, here's the bad news, guys. I'm the one, not me singularly, but I was a part of what happened, what is happening to President Trump today. Did you know that, Mike? And it's that subpoena thing. You see, we had a precedent-setting case that says Mueller can subpoena and force the President of the United States to come into a deposition. That's directly off of our case. He's verbatim. I mean, he's going to ancillary people all around Trump, just like we did. We went all around Clinton. How do you think we found out about Monica Lewinsky? So they're using my playbook, Mike. And the good news is, if they're using it, I know what they're doing and what they're going to do next. So hopefully we can get a proactive position on stopping them versus Trump having to sit back and just constantly be attacked with no recourse for him. So folks, we do need your help. We need your help to get involved. But more than anything, I need y'all, everyone listening to me. If you cannot see, if you can't see the trouble our nation is in, and I don't mean financially, of course, that's terrible. I don't mean militarily, of course, that's been well underfunded. It's not that. That's what I'm talking about. If you can't see that every day you get up, almost every day you wake up, another liberty, another freedom has been snatched from us. And they're going to keep on snatching and keep on snatching until there's nothing left of us.
Well, Larry, you know, just so I want to let all of our listeners know. I mean, you have been a DC insider for years. I mean, you were part of the Clinton gang, and then you came out and exposed what that was really all about. What I guess I'm a little confused about here, Larry, is that how have the Clintons managed to stay unscathed through all this, and Trump is taking on all the heat?
Well, that's easy. When you control what the Clinton team has built since the day he went to Washington. They started the day he went to Washington doing what we did in Arkansas. You know, in Arkansas, Mike, if you were going to run for dog catcher to governor, you had to get the approval of the Stevens brothers. Then we had the prosecutors, the governor, we had the dog catchers, and we were untouchable. Untouchable. And that's why the Clintons are untouchable today. So they have been. You see, who are you going to call, Mike, the prosecutor? Who? You go call him. If you're going to prosecute her, you've got to take it to what? A federal prosecutor to get him to look at the case and pursue it. Well, the first thing the Clintons did when they took office, fired 111 federal prosecutors. They got rid of every one of them. The only federal prosecutors in place during the Clinton regime, which is the same today, were people that were part of the Clinton establishment. So that's the problem. Let me ask you this, Mike. We know there's corruption at the FBI. Who's going to investigate it? Well, it can't be the FBI. Well, how about the justice? Well, the same corruption exists in the Justice Department. So you're going to get to investigate them. Well, that's why we have House Oversight Committees. Well, yes, that's why we have House Oversight Committees. But guess what? They thumb their nose. They thumb their nose at those committees. And then, who are you going to call? Who can you call? Other than we the people. I mean, this system is so infiltrated. This tapestry is so woven tight that the bad guys are just about exactly where they need to be to wake up one morning and say, you know what, folks, our constitutional form of government that we've had for over 200 years is just obsolete in this new world. And so therefore we're going to have to do something that better, facilitates America in the global society. And you say, well, people won't go for that. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. Because they always wave stuff in front of them. It's not going to be long, Mike, until the millennials. They're replacing us. Not going to be long. And all they're concerned about, they see socialism from Bernie Sanders, Hillary. They see socialism as that's a good deal. My college loan paid for. My medicine's paid for. They see it as a good deal. But they don't understand. Look at Venezuela. What sounds neat about socialism in the abstract, once it's applied into practice, it's not the same. So if we're going to stop it, if we're going to stop this bus before it's too late and goes over the cliff, then all of us have to engage. We have to engage. And we don't have to hit home runs. We don't have to do big things. I'm sick of hearing people say, well, golly, Mike, I'm just, hey, look at me. I'm a nobody. Just one person. There's nothing I can do, so I don't get involved. That's exactly the attitude that they count on. That is exactly where they want you to be.
Well, Larry, look, we finally have a president in this country who stands up for us, who stands up for our veterans, who supports our military, who wants to protect our borders, who's trying to do things with the economy. And, let's even look at it now. There are several people that think he should get the Nobel Peace Prize for what happened in North Korea. But yet here in the country, we still attack him. And who wants, what is with that, Larry?
Well, that's what I've been trying to get out. Not doing a very good job of it. As long as President Trump is president, as long as he is there, an outsider, they cannot close the deal on changing our form of government. They can't. He's got that entire movement held at bay, only as long as he is president. When you hear him knocking Trump, when you hear the media pundits and everybody making fun of Trump and calling him all these horrible names, you need to wake up. Trump is simply a symbol. They're talking about us. What they're saying with President Trump, Mike, is you've got no business in having anything to do with the government. And it's us. They're saying to us, you people that voted for Trump, you're not smart enough. You need to go away because we know what to do and you don't. But getting people to realize that's tough. Getting people to realize all these things is hard. Very hard. But we have to.
Well, amen to that, Larry. You know, I mean, you now let's talk about you for a minute. I mean, you've been in this fight for a long time. I mean, you were on the other side, and then you came over to this side. You're a good man. Before we started this interview today, we talked on the phone, and you were coming home from the hospital. How's your health? How are you holding up? How can people help you out?
Well, um, you know, my health's crummy. I don't know about it. But if somebody thinks I'm trying to tell these things just to raise money, then I beg you, don't send a thing to me. Nothing. If you want to help, my PayPal is Nichols live at AOL.com. That's Nichols live at AOL.com. Once again, Mike, if anybody in this audience thinks that what I'm here for and what I've dedicated my life to for 30 years is just to raise money like so many people out there, then don't send a dime to me. Don't. The message is critical. It's critical. And we have to get the message out. And that means, for the first time, folks, I need you when you're at your office around the water cooler and the discussion starts. I know what you've been doing since Trump was elected. Micah, we know what they've been doing when somebody starts talking around the water cooler and they start saying this and that about Trump. Our people have a tendency to back away and not say anything so we don't have any confrontation. Don't do that anymore. Don't do that anymore. If you're around the water cooler or the coffee table or the coffee shop and the discussion is brought up, this is your chance to stand up. Stand up. And you tell the people around you. You tell them, open your eyes. They don't have to believe me or you, Mike, anymore. You know that. They don't have to believe us anymore. Good God. Look at the media with Trump. Look at what they're doing with Trump. And I tried to tell people for 30 years, Mike, what they did to me. And people said, well, they can't do that. They broke every law in the book against me. Every law. But I was able to withstand it. Well, now, look at client attorney privilege. I'm calling. Look, there's no protection of our Constitution sacred to us anymore, Mike. Not anymore. Because they keep whittling it down. I was never so proud of anything as I was. I hear what this federal judge did yesterday. At least, I'm not crazy. At least there is somebody in the black robe mob, somebody sitting on the bench at the federal court level, somebody that believes in the equity of the law. But did y'all hear what he said? Mike, you know what he said? He said what you and I've been saying a long, long time. He just came out and said it. You're not here for Manafort. You don't give a flip about Manafort. You're trying to set a trap for President Trump. I'm paraphrasing, that's not how he said it, but he was just about as blunt. And that's what they've done for years and years and years. As long as the Clintons were there, they could use the court system to destroy anybody they wanted to destroy. I know, because, happened to me.
Well, Larry, listen, I got to tell you, I mean, we're out of time today here on the show, but I got to tell you, I mean, you're doing amazing work. Folks, Larry, Google him, LarryNicholsLive.com. Go out there, find him, support what he's trying to do. Be a part of the solution, not the problem.
Yes.
Larry, God bless you. Hang in there. Thanks for joining us today on the show.
You bet. And thank you, Mike, for having me. I'm sorry I was a little under the weather for the program, but thank you for having me.
God bless you. Folks, that'll do it today for this edition of the Watchman's Report. Remember, there is nothing that you can't do with Jesus in your heart, except nothing at all. Get out there, get busy, activate, save our country. It's up to you, not Larry and not me. It's up to you. Get busy, get out there, make a difference. God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you next time here on the Watchman's Report.